Oh, Nick, you came. You made it. You made it
I'm
here
gonna
to join
make
us.
it. Why
Yeah, no,
wouldn't
this is
I?
a weird mountain. We're avoiding some trouble here.
But I'll tell you what, Jordan, you picked a good spot for us to do this podcast at. It's different than going to a tavern, but I'm liking it a lot.
Well, hey, it'll be all right. Here, I got a beer for you. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. So we got some brewskis. It's a BYOB kind of Valley of Spirits tonight, guys.
Woo.
Thank you for joining us. It's not only me. It is Brother Nick.
Yes. It's always us two doing this, dude. I love it.
Coming at you with another episode of Valley of Spirits. So it's a little bit of a light episode. We're going to touch not so much on the news and stuff, a bit of an esports section for sure.
Everybody knows by now by the time this comes out, but amazing things happened.
We are going to cover some of the 20th anniversary things you should be focused on. Remember, Brewfest is going on. All kinds of things like that. We're going to cover those coming up, but I'm going to start us with my week in World of Warcraft, what I did.
Yeah. Jordan, we haven't really had the chance to play a lot this week, sadly, because life and when we were able to get on. So I'm actually super curious on what you got done, because normally we play together all the time.
I did accomplish a great feat. I broke 611 on my mage. I'm currently 611.
Nice.
I did down the entire normal, so there's still a vault coming, which is pretty exciting. It was really cool. I learned that Arcane is pretty good, and
It's P good? Would you say it's P cool?
Well, yeah, it's P cool, but P good is maybe the next tier. And I think I might even call it P good.
So we got P cool, and then we got P good. Do we have
P
a
good?
third
It
tier?
might almost be P good. You know what I mean? Pretty good. It was. I just am absolutely in love with the raid. We'll get into it a bit later. We're actually going to dive way more into the mechanics I like in the Tavern Talk. But I did finish all of the LFR in my Evoker.
Nice.
It was pretty sweet. I like healing it. I did fine on the charts. I mean, I'm a preservation evoker, so I'm going to destroy the charts. It was a lot of fun. If you guys haven't tried the new raid, you really have to. There's a lot of really cool mechanics. I definitely had a lot of fun healing it on my evoker. I had a lot of experiences where I took a lot of damage. I'd seen this raid beforehand, so playing this with an evoker after was really valuable and really fun. Being able to plan for these kinds of instances and things like that. And my warrior now is 568. I have a tank coming aboard too. I'm going to start tanking this too. Pretty excited to talk about the new raid with tanking. I won't get too deep into it, but my warrior is coming. Oh boy, he coming.
Oh, I got a thought on tanking we'll talk about when we get to my week.
Absolutely.
But I'm happy for you.
I'm going to talk about the last thing I did this week, which is I did actually, believe it or not, Nick, are you listening?
I'm right here.
Are you listening?
I'm listening.
I did.
My ears are open.
I did some player versus player on my mage.
You did what?
Yeah, I have, it's actually like 3/4 of honor set. I have like half an honor set now.
Oh,
and
nice.
I am really like playing Frost Mage. I've been doing it in arenas. I've been doing it in Battlegrounds.
You're playing Stinky Frost. It's about as bad
What
as
do you
fucking...
mean?
It's
Well,
about
you're
as...
just, it's the reason why you hate it. No, you go first.
It's just a sad wannabe paladin with your fucking little frost shit.
Whatever. I can't try to get to me. Fucking filthy rat paladin. Try to get to me.
Hey, all I'm gonna say
You
is
can't.
at least
You just can't.
Look, your little ice block. It's a wannabe bubble. At least
Ice block. A wannabe bubble.
At least I can attack when I have my bubble and do things productively instead of just be like, oh no, I'm getting damage. Oh, phew, I froze.
No, that's okay. I can do things without the bubble. So
Hey, you still need ice block though. You're kind of squishy.
Yeah. I don't have enough verse yet. We're not getting into the gearing, but we will talk about a little bit more in depth of my player versus player experience in the Tavern Talk coming up. So I did also do something that I think was stupid. I did start leveling a 4th character, even though I don't need him. I don't need a monk.
How much time are you putting into this? Do you need to touch grass? Did you touch grass this week?
No, not once. No grass was touched this week.
We did not receive any photosynthesis. Thank you, son.
No.
You're low on vitamin D.
That's all right. My vitamin D deficiency did go into some great monk leveling this week. So
even though you don't need it.
I don't. There's no reason why I need a monk. I just wanted one.
I need you to add it to my collection. You alcoholic. You need to go to AA. Alcoholics
I do
Anonymous.
need to go to... I'm getting there.
Oh,
Dude, ain't nothing like Sully. I know you listening, Sully.
Oh, God. All right, so this week was absolutely atrocious. I wanted to throw my laptop and computer, whatever I was playing on, out of Windows so many times. I was so ready to be done with WoW almost. I tried to push myself in Mythics. Like, I just had a rough week when it came to Mythics. It was either tanks were bad or healing was bad. And I know that there's the changes that have gone on, and I'm not blaming.
There's none left, Nick.
Well, that's the hard part too. Is that we don't have a lot of healing and we don't have a lot of tanks right now. I feel like I don't know if that's true or not.
It's true.
Okay, and even then, when you get into like, I was trying to do 4s, 5s, and 6s and getting into them, and I'm outputting damage at a pretty good rate. My rep pally is built for trash clear, but I was still doing number 1 or 2 at single target damage, which is normally pretty unheard of. So I don't know if it's got to do with the hotfixes or if it is play style or player itself, but it was a very rough week for me. I completed a handful of dungeons, and right now, as of recording, I'm sitting at 659 in Realm. So I didn't actually go up at all, which was annoying from last week.
Wait, so hold on, guys. I just want to let everybody in the crowd know, everybody who's listening. Nick, what rank are you as Paladin?
159 out of 1,257, so I'm sitting at 52% of Realm.
Yeah, that's of reported, publicly reported.
But I don't.
So
like
Nick,
that.
you are killing
good.
it.
No, that's not good. I'm below half. 2
What?
weeks ago.
Below half of the sweats.
No, below half. I'm below half of all Realm. 2 weeks ago, I was low 200s, so I was less than 20% of Realm, which was
of Realm doing keys, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is that's true. It's of Realm of doing keys. So the 12 was. Hold on, let me look right now because I got Raider IO open. It is 1,271. I want to say.
I mean, he's a Paladin player. We can call him shit for that, but not for his numbers, guys.
I'm sorry. It's 1,257. It's 1,257 total people with even a 0 IO score. So I think it's all. I'm not sure if it pulls in everybody or just those that have Raider IO.
I mean,
but however, the total sum of Paladin players, Retribution specific for DPS on Raider IO for Mal'Ganis is total player base of 1,257. I'm sitting at 659. Personally, the way I was raised, that's fucking trash. Like, I'm 52%. Like, it's not good. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I would rather be, like I said, I wanted to play in the charts, and the first week was great, and the last week or two have been bad for me. I just need I don't know if it's when I'm playing.
Just to be honest with you, we're gonna move on after my comment.
Hey, I will go because we got a whole podcast. We don't need to rail on this.
But you're doing just fine. Don't feel sorry for yourself, and we're not gonna feel sorry for him, right? He's playing a fucking Paladin. Fuck him. Am I right?
Dude, you see some of the charts I'm pumping though. Like it's
no, he does
good.
pump. No jokes. He does pump.
But no, so it has got me thinking too. Going back to the comment I made in Jordan's week, I've had the thought of maybe putting Ret Paladin as my tier 2 and picking up my prop pally as tier 1. So the main focus I'm going to do going forward. That does mean re-leveling and re-gearing her up to get to where the Ret is at. But I'm still unsure of it. We'll see what goes on. I know there's a real drop in tanks. So if I can pick up tank really and learn the shit really good, then that's going to mean that I can get into mythics easier. I can do mythics quicker, hopefully, as long as the damage and the healing's there. And Jordan, that means that we can do the beautiful, we can do the wombo combo healer tank.
We can lead our group to success despite their best efforts.
Yep.
We can lead them to success.
Well, and the best thing too is by you and me being healer tank, we can pause the entire thing, go, hey, here's where people are messing up. And I'll say this, the one thing that I've seen a lot on that we'll talk on it later. So one thing it's just one thing that I've seen in Mythic Dungeons since I've been doing them is how toxic some people have been. But we're going to talk about it in our tavern talk, and so we can move on from my week into the guilds and actually get you guys some better content. But yes, I mean, that's been pretty much my week. It's been me pushing Mythics, and it's been a very unpleasant week of feeling like I've been beaten down by everything. So
Right, which is so funny because mine was so different.
I know, God, I know. Like
My mage was welcomed into great groups. It was crazy.
we didn't play a lot. Like I don't think we played it all this week together. We didn't.
We didn't.
And so when you and I were on the phone earlier, I was like, yeah, dude, my week was shit. Mythics made me want to throw my shit out the window. And you're like, no, I had a great week. I was like, all right,
I had a great week.
Yeah. You're like, I had a great week. I'm like, we'll stop there and we'll talk about it in the podcast. Like,
absolutely in the tavern talk. It's some mixed opinions coming out for sure.
Yeah. Jordan, why don't you tell me what the guild did this week because I missed everything, I think.
We did end up joining a neighboring guild. We had Brother Biff.
Oh, you had more Biff.
Yeah, Brother Biff brought us into a great group of normal people who led our guild into an absolutely destructive 8 of 8 run. We destroyed it.
Did you run normal?
Yeah, all of it.
Oh, I missed Oh, man.
Yep. So I'm full normal complete on my mage.
My week just got even worse.
Well, Tuesday nights, come with us, baby.
I know.
Brother Biff hooks us up, too. Hey, just if you're listening, Biff, I do really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Biff is, for those who don't know, I met Biff during a Mythic run because we were tag teaming each other on who could be number 1 in the Paladin DPS charts. He is an amazing human being. Like, I love playing the game with him.
He's a bro.
Yeah. He's
I love you, Brother
person.
Biff.
Jordan, I think, as far as I know, I think that wraps up for the guild. We pretty much just do the raid. Okay, so why don't you tell us about the game updates, which I know you said you were kind of unhappy with the October trading post.
I'm a pretty boy. I like pretty things. I like flowers. I like pink. I like life.
Yeah, I know you like pink.
And we are in a spooky set. We are enjoying the spooky set.
It's because
the cool part is
it's Ookie Spooky time.
Yeah, it's Ookie Spooky time. The cool part is we not only get the Hand of Reskingal, we also get Scoot Trained Shalewing, which is if you're into that kind of thing, like riding a walking hand, it's spooky season. There's going to be spooky stuff. Make sure you take a look at the trading post for some more. We're not going to go through all the aesthetics and how we feel about them, right?
We'll show some in the video aspect, but yeah.
But it's spooky season. You know, we're at the beginning of spooky season.
Harvester Golem Ensemble. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm looking at it. I love Ookie Spooky season.
I mean, if you want to be a scarecrow, I guess you can, right?
There's a Harvester's Claw.
Just Hollow's End things.
I'm looking at this for the first time, so I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, if you're into this kind of thing, this is super duper awesome.
I mean, I always look for things that can really match to the Headless Horseman mount ever since it dropped for me. So this is like, yes, let's go.
Yeah. What do you say? Cream dollar cream? Or no. What do you say?
Cream dollar cream.
Cream dollar cream. Yes, yeah. That's how yes.
You say it the most American way possible because there's the greatest land ever. No, I'm just kidding.
And the truth of it is they're being very wish-washy about a lot of the currency you're going to have to gain and how you're going to have to do it. That's why we're being soft about this subject. We do really want to cover the trading post and things like that, but they're being really soft about how they're glossing this along the 20th anniversary, which we may just be talking about shortly.
What?
Potentially.
No, we would never talk about our favorite game getting another birthday, especially 20 years.
20 years. It's been 20 years, Nick.
I love this game so much. I'm so glad it came into existence. I'm glad we're in this timeline, Jordan.
Yeah. There's so much to play. There's so much content. To be honest with you, I'm impressed. Let's hope they keep doing it. Let's make some good raids. Let's make some good content. Let's keep doing it.
Good raids, good content, good memories, and great people.
And delves, which is a subject in our Tavern Talk.
It's a Tavern Talk.
Oh, we're diving hard on delves in our Tavern Talk, for sure.
Yeah, we have some fun.
So we talked about the trading post. I hinted a little bit at the 20th anniversary. You want to talk about how they fixed a lot of, you may have gotten guild achievement spam. Like when you log in, every single time you log in, you get an achievement accomplished. So they fixed things like that. They fixed a lot of quality of life and classes. There is some balances. I do know that you want to take a good look at some of the balance charts. They are trying to take down Fury Warrior, and they are trying to take down Arcane Mage. If you are either of those people, you may need to take a look at how your rotation has changed. But we're not going to cover too much of the hot fixes other than that. Those are the only drastic ones, was Fury Warrior and Arcane Mage. And so now we get to go into the WoW 20th anniversary.
Woo!
So Nick, would you read us some of the quick facts about this? Some of the quick bits, so to speak.
Jordan, I definitely can read some quick facts on this. Okay, so we get 2 months for this, which is
2 months.
Amazing. Like, we get November and December to collect as much as possible from this event.
2 whole months.
Yeah. And so it's what you're going to want to look out for and try to earn during these months is called a Bronze Celebration Token. That's how you're going to earn everything from this. And you can spend all that on your new items for the collections, whether it's transmogs, mounts, pets.
All kinds of great rewards, yeah.
And they are doing titles, too, if I remember
they're doing
right.
things like the past Refer a Friend mounts you couldn't get, the past anniversary events
stuff.
you couldn't get. There's so many cool things you can get with this.
We get to engage in Black Rock Depths raid dungeon again. We get to collect iconic tier 2 transmogs, which I am so hunting down the Paladin tier 2 because it is money. It is like chef's
It's gorgeous, and they redid it.
Oh, if you haven't checked out the redone tier 2 sets and go look at what they look like when they first came out. Because
if you weren't convinced, a person at Paladin
Paladin, they are amazing. The Paladin one is the best one because it's Paladin. P for perfect.
If you weren't convinced somebody at Blizzard plays Paladin, you should definitely take a look at this set because somebody definitely does play Paladin at Blizzard.
We also, Jordan, I'm excited about this because I wasn't around in Classic. We get to do time walking through Classic WoW dungeons. We also get to earn new mounts, Blizzard Employee Service Award cosmetics, and even more. So we even get Blizzard Employee Service Award cosmetics. Think about that for a second. We get the shit
is really
that Blizzard
valuable, yeah.
gets. Like the employee, we are going to have such a good 2 months for this celebration. This is why we've been so stoked about this. We get to celebrate even with an expanded event at Caverns of Time. We get to join Chromie, who we both find absolutely annoying, on a new theme-bending adventure with the Codex of Chromie, which I am probably going to do just for the award. But
we're going to do it.
My ears will be bleeding with my headset on. Jordan,
the Horde and Alliance are fighting. This could be any point in time.
We get to discover new secrets and solve them with guest relations. And we get to go through and we get to defeat party crushing, as they put it, which, if you play Paladin, you output enough damage to take anything on.
Whatever, shut up. Read the note.
Read the script.
Read the script.
Shots of Anger, and the Archivon of Stonewatcher. We get to go back to some PvP revenge during Karavax Revenge and Alterac Valley. And we get to celebrate 30 years of World of Warcraft with World of Warcraft themed back appearances on the trading post. So they're bringing stuff even from the RTS. So if you didn't know that WoW came from an RTS game, if you ever go watch Noble87, who does some amazing lore content, he does pull from a lot of the RTS games because there's a lot of context in it that you don't get in WoW sometimes. So we haven't
or in the books.
Yeah, even in the books too. We haven't released it yet, but we're doing one of the episodes on Uther the Lightbringer, and one of the things is that you don't get in game, I don't believe in WoW, is how the last fight with Uther and, well, probably not in the same level, but with Uther and Arthas goes, or even what Uther had to deal with after the culling of Stratholme when it came to Arthas. So there's a lot of different context. But getting just back pieces alone, awesome. Like everything we are getting from this anniversary, Blizzard, I truly believe, has pulled all the stops out for us as the player base. And it's something to get excited about and really pumped about. And we get 2 months of this. Like, come on.
Yeah, 2 months.
If you go do collections of
what
stuff...
I like is you had to log in for like the Corehound Pub. This is my famous example for the 10th year anniversary. You had to log in a 1 week window to be able to get the Corehound Pub. And this is not like that. They want to celebrate everybody who's playing the game 20 years after it came out.
And they want to give you things to go do. To go, like, it's not even just, like George said, it's not just a login, you earn it. It's like, no, go play some old memories. The nostalgia that they're giving us for this is like, hell yeah,
You have to earn the old stuff. Yeah,
I'm going to
really
take
cool.
that crack pipe of nostalgia and I'm going to smoke it so hard for 2 months. You better believe it.
Yeah, and there's a lot to it. There's a lot of easier stuff, too. I want to bridge us into an easier thing, the titles that will be able to come in.
Yeah, Jordan, because I did hit on it. What titles are we going to get?
So you get a grand skew of enthusiast titles, which you'll be able to buy from one vendor with time walking tokens.
Oh, Good thing I've been
Which have you been saving
those.
those? Yeah, I mean, I've been saving them up, so I'm going to buy them all.
I always rack them.
Because you get to be, I guess I'll list them all as quick as I can. For 100 time walking tokens apiece, you could be a classic enthusiast, an Outland, a Northrend, a Cataclysm, a Pandaren, a Draenor, a Broken Isles, a Zuldazar, a Kulturas, a Shadowlands, a Dragon Isles, a Plaguelands, a Grizzly Hills, or a Karazhan Graduate, or a Molten Core Prospector. And you can do all of these titles for just going to the Bronze Celebration Titles vendor. For 100. Yep, and so I'm not going to try and describe where they're going to be at. The thing you have to look up is the Bronze Celebration Titles, and it will get you to where you need to go. But the truth is, there are a lot of really good titles here with a lot of 100 time. They're cool.
Dude, I'm totally buying Northrend Enthusiast. That's when I started playing.
I'm gonna buy them all, but I'm gonna wear Pandaren Enthusiast. You better believe.
I don't know. You love the Pandaland, buddy. I want to know the like stats on the purchases if it ever comes to like later, if they even track it.
That would be interesting.
How many people watch Shadowlands? It's like that was one of the most hated expansions as far as I know.
We'll say the least well publicly received expansion. That's how we'll put it.
Let's better word what I said.
Yeah, politically correct. It was the least well received expansion.
My bad. Jordan, so I think that wraps up the 20th, right?
It does. All
right. I know that we have a very nice esports section coming up. Do you want to take us through this? Because I know it's something we've both been watching it, but something awesome happened. I know everybody else knows, so we're not really building up too much, but I know you're excited to talk about it, buddy. So why don't you take it off? Tell us what happened in esports.
Definitely. I think I have been lucky enough to witness 7 of the world first downs. I did not witness Liquid be the world first and down at first. North America. Woo! Let's go.
Go.
Woo! I unfortunately did not get to see them down it. I watched the videos afterwards, and those men are built different.
Yeah, it was.
They had to.
It was something different.
On fights, they've ran one tank to try and get through it and get farther, and have Blizzard be like, oh shit, that's not how we want them to do it. And several times has Liquid been hotfixed. Several times. And they still did it. I can't believe it. It's absolutely insane. They had reset disadvantage, but yet they came
them 404 polls on the last boss? Great, just ridiculous.
I think, so we look at this as timing. It took them how long? 12 days total? Yeah, 12 days.
Yeah.
How many resets do you want them to have, right? And so I think a 2 reset is fine, which is somewhere from 8 plus days, right, as a second reset. I think it was fine where it was at. Don't let me take it away from any of the players that had to spend the 12 days grinding this crap out. It is too hard, and that's how Mythic always is. It always comes out too hard. And we got to watch Liquid one tank it through a boss. We got to watch Liquid do absolutely disgusting comps. 6 evokers, for example, absolutely disgusting stuff. And I just was so impressed. It really is a testament to how hard you can get in PvE. How it doesn't matter what you play. You're just going to be good at it and you're going to show up. It was really insane what Liquid did to accomplish the world first. They had so many people change classes. They had so many gear swaps. They had so many people tossing people gear and holding stuff. It was an insane masterpiece they pulled off, Liquid. They are the first world first where I've seen switch the comp so much. Think about this, right? You are doing a Mythic raid, and we're telling you have to switch to another character now, and you have to farm it on Heroic and get your character ready. And they had people there. They had multiple people with multiple characters ready. And that's why they did it. They were able to be flexible. Way more flexible than Echo, for example. Sorry, European fans. I know you put your crap in the boot or whatever, but Liquid did it. Liquid made it happen. Liquid made the strats to make it get done, even with reset disadvantage.
I know it's North America, but I'm still gonna be USA.
Yeah, definitely. Nick and I are a bit biased. We went to
a little bit.
But we also had the Arena World Cup, and so I'm gonna talk about how I'm gonna start with the good news, how well Echo has been doing in the Arena World Cup. Echo has been doing very well. They've been very destructive at shutting down teams. But we have an interesting upset in the North American League, where Liquid lost not only their primary round, but their secondary round as well. So there is no Liquid in the North American Arena World Cup. My unbiased question for you, Nick, is do you think that now Echo won it? You think it's just Echo's Cup now?
In the PvP sphere? I mean, they've been doing really good, I think.
They've been doing very well.
Yeah, it could be, but we also still have to wait to see what actually happens, too, because a lot of things can change during play. You know,
yeah, and they can be eliminated still. They can still be quarterfinalists, right?
I mean, going back to even just how I run Mythics, because we were talking about this before we got into the podcast to record, and we were talking logs and how you said I will sacrifice the ability to take damage to deal more damage, right? On the Rat Pally. But I also know I have all the extra. I have like 3, 4
mitigation.
Yeah, I have mitigation on me. So. But a misclick means I'm dead. Honest to God, even in Mythics, I have been like really redlining it sometimes. Still getting the button pushes, but I've also had it a couple times where I don't. So those misclicks, and we're talking PvP too, so we're talking not
this
just
is tight as hell.
Yeah. It's a lot tighter.
You are facing the world's other players trying to do things to you.
Well, yeah, you're talking people who play this class way better than I do too. But I'm just giving you an example of a misclick, right? We're talking small things that are going to come down to what happens during the actual game. Statistics can tell you who's going to do what, and they, for the most part are right. But there's still the human part of it.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest with you, Liquid's loss, from what I watched, did not come down to a human differential. I think some of it was building.
Okay.
And then a bit of it was like they almost thought they were Liquid, so they didn't have to blow cooldowns. I don't know. Like, why? When we look at the stats of Liquid, why did so many of them die with cooldowns up? That's actually embarrassing at their level.
Yeah.
Like, that's absolutely pitiful that they not only got destroyed, but they died with cooldowns up. Like, what? I watched Liquid down the world first and do legendary things. And then this? It's like, does Liquid not care about PvP? More in the Tavern Talk. I guess we'll talk more about it in the Tavern Talk. I was really surprised Liquid fell off the earth. I was really surprised about that. The European bracket is good. There's a lot of really good players. To be honest with you, F tier is my plan to win North America. That's my vote. They look the best based on what I've seen, even though they're literally named F tier. So I guess we'll see what happens. That's kind of the beauty of the Arena World Cup, is anybody can win it. Literally anybody. But not Liquid in North America, huh? I know, smallest violin for us North Americans. I know, I get it. Enjoy it, Brits. Well, enjoy it, Brits. I'm Team Echo. You know what? You got me this time around.
Jordan, you can join me in the chant. Ready? USA!
USA! USA! Let's see if a North American team, which this could mean, remember, Liquid won the world first, so they're not bad at World of Warcraft.
Oh, no,
Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I'm not saying there.
And if they lost out double in the first round, Europe better be fucking scared at the end of this. You guys better be taking a look out for the Power Toads or Welcome to the Jung. Or maybe even, you may even get bested by F tier. Just remember, none of us are invulnerable.
Hey, all I'm saying is if we win in both the World First and in PvP, you want to make some merch that says back-to-back WoW champs?
We have to do it first.
Hey, but I'm saying, you want to print that? I think people would buy it.
So I've talked way too much about PvP.
I know you on for a long time, too.
I could keep going. I had to sum it up. Nick, would you please send us out of the news?
Yes, Jordan, I can send us out of the news segment. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of the Valley of Spirits. We are your hosts, Jordan and Nick, your go-to Horde players. Join us in Dornegal on the Mal'Ganis server. Look up our guild, the Electric Boogaloo, for some epic adventures. Stay connected with us on our social media. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or X as it is known these days, by searching the Valley of Spirits podcast. Don't miss out on an episode, and follow us on Spotify or anywhere you find your podcasts. Follow us on YouTube for additional content not found on our podcast platforms. Until next time, may your quest be glorious and your loot be plentiful. And as always, for the Horde!